It's time to feel the rage. Welcome to Film Rage, where we talk movies in theaters, streaming, and classic films as well. Directors and actors beware, as you cannot hide from the rage. My name is Bryce, and I'm part of the Film Rage crew, which also includes Jim. Hey there, Jim.
Hey, Bryce. Hey.
And also we have the Merman sporting some cuff merch.
I'm not the only one.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm sporting some. I don't look.
And
everybody's sporting cuff merch. Wow. Calgary Underground Film Festival.
Week,
yeah,
baby.
It's Cuff Week, baby.
Starting this Friday. Well, Thursday, but sorry if you don't have a ticket. Out of luck. It's sold out.
Technically, it's actually Wednesday, but we're not going to that one.
Wow, that's the national.
Yeah,
film
but
day.
they are presenting it. Just saying.
I know.
Now everybody
hardcore
else
logo
knows.
again.
I don't know.
No, I think it's 40 rad or something.
No, it's not
Rad
rad.
40?
40?
It's not rad. It's something else.
It's bad.
Is it
It's something you guys like.
something else again?
Nice.
It's a Canadian
You
film.
know what?
I know, but they seem to.
Is
I
it
think,
summer
I think
rental?
They've got like 2 or 3 of them.
And
Is
it's
it-
free.
Is it
Just
summer
saying,
rental?
It's free.
It's summer rental, right?
Actually,
Yeah, summer rental.
If you're in Canada, go check out Canada Film Day. Like
Yeah.
everywhere across the
Although
country,
the one
they're
I
all going to be different.
the one I
films,
wanted
too.
to see is not coming here, and apparently it's not going to Ontario either. Is the hilarious House of Frankenstein documentary?
Oh.
It got pulled from a couple theaters. I don't know why.
It's a good
It got
film.
pulled.
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to. It was supposed to be at a theater, and then they decided not to run it.
It's a good film, by the way. I've
Yeah,
seen it.
I would have gone to see that. Just saying.
Hardcore Logo is
That's
what's
odd.
playing
There you
on
go.
Wednesday.
There you go.
The Cuff is presented.
That's what I said.
So you're right
know.
for once.
So if you're in the Calgary area, go see a free movie on Wednesday. Just
And then
saying.
we went down a rabbit hole. Okay,
So-
what were you
so,
saying? Sorry,
so
what were you saying?
I was saying, so with the introductions out of the way, let's rage on.
Okay then.
Okay, well, thanks to all Been Sportings. If you like our independent podcast, especially our intros, please like, subscribe, share, and give us a rating on your listening platform. Or you can dare us to see a terrible film. And if it played anywhere in the world in a cinema, well, watch it. Now, let's get to raging.
Yeah, doesn't it get tiring,
What?
like calling me out and saying I don't think you're right when I'm like always right?
Yeah.
Are you
No,
really,
not really.
always right?
No.
I have my
Do we
doubts.
have to discuss Ben Affleck already in the podcast?
Apparently.
The finest actor of mine or anybody else's
Whatever.
generation.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
No.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Okay. Good, because our music's running out.
What amazing moment?
Predict.
What amazing moment?
Predict.
Will he predict the rage or will he predict the mondo? Will he tell us how what Jim and Bryce are at the movies? Better watch out, kids, cause here he comes. He's coming swimming to you.
And you.
Swim, Murray, swim, Murray.
Swim, Murray, swim.
Swim, Murray, swim, Murray.
Swim, Murray, swim.
Swim all the way to our hearts, our little rage-filled hearts.
All right. A quattro of movies.
Quattro. Susie Quattro?
Yeah. Starting with the best movie of the weekend.
Yes.
You, Me, and Tuscany.
Yes.
Starring that girl from the mermaid movie that tanked.
Yeah, that one.
What mermaid movie?
The live action
My
one.
Little
She was
Live
the
Action Mermaid?
and apparently didn't do too well.
I don't know why. She's awesome.
So I'm sure she's a great actress.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Sorry,
She's-
live action mermaid?
Yeah,
Like
My Little
2 years
Mermaid
ago,
in
she
your
was
pocket.
the mermaid.
Oh, that's Polly Pocket. Something about a Little Mermaid. She was it.
She was it.
She was the Little
This is
Mermaid.
the one they picked.
Oh, that's where I saw her.
That's where you
before.
know her from. See, I
Yeah.
know this stuff.
Murray knows
Anyway,
everything.
Uh,
Speaking of who knows
that is
everything.
her. by
keeping
the
this
way.
short, I find it hard to believe this movie could be anything less than a rage from both of you while the dogs are trying to chew up my mic cord
The
here.
dogs are at his feet.
So yeah, double rage. Exit 8, which is what? Japanese? Chinese, Korean? I don't know. It's
Japanese.
Japanese?
Yep.
Yeah. It's like a horror movie based on a video game, which I'm sure you guys were all over because you love your Japanese horror.
We kind of do.
Double Mondo. Faces of Death.
Faces of
Well, the one
Death.
movie I did get to.
Nice.
I don't know. It's like a remake of something that happened 40 years ago. Some movie that came out that was like a mockery of something else. I don't know.
No.
Like close. Good enough, Mur.
I don't know. Let's go Meth for Jim and Mondo for Bryce.
Wow.
Hamlet with the Riz Ahmed.
Yeah.
We all know how much you like the Ahmed.
That's true.
I tend to think he's a little overrated, but that's just me. 'Cause Jim loves
That
it
is
so
just
much,
you.
I'm gonna say Jim went Mondo and Bryce went meh.
All right.
Right there.
You think
Bye.
Jim loves Riz Ahmed more than I do?
I do love Resident
I think he
more
does.
than
I don't think you do.
Oh, I think
Well,
I
put it this
do.
way, he talks about him a lot more than you do.
Yeah,
Because all you talk about is Ben Affleck.
Wow.
That's
So I tune you out.
that's right.
Ben Affleck. Are you talking about the finest actor of mine or anybody else's generation?
Not even close.
Yeah, we were talking about Riz.
I'm talking about one of many asshole actors from Boston.
There you go.
There
Is
are lots of them.
What?
You and your,
I love Boston.
You and you're like picking an area and just I hate everybody from that. area.
You know what? Here's the thing. If I had to live in the U.S., the only city I would choose to live in is Boston.
Yes, I know you said.
But that's because their football team is so
The only
good.
reason why I would live in Boston is because I have friends in that area. Otherwise,
go.
it would not be worth it.
Go Patriots.
Go Patriots. All right, what were you saying? You also got Hunting for Matthew Nichols.
Whatever. It's not on my list. I didn't review it. I'm not talking about it.
Okay, well, there may have been another movie we saw, or one of us saw. That's all we're going to say.
Yeah, the guy without social media or a walking around phone didn't let us know he was going to it. So I plead the fifth on that one.
Last I heard is that Jim said, "Yeah, I'm going to try to make it to it." So
Yeah,
I
well,
also tried to.
because some of us actually read our emails and we would put out a list of the movies, and
they
that wasn't on it.
And they respond to emails, Murray. Don't forget
Yes,
that.
they do.
Respond to emails.
Yeah,
But you know what? Here's the thing.
Who responds
I can't
to
wait.
emails?
I can't.
most of the world,
I
Bryce.
can't. I can't wait to hear what one of us has to say about this movie.
Not.
Hunting for Matthew Nichols.
Are we starting with that one? Are we?
Period. No. I'm just saying that's the movie we'll
Sure,
also be talking
whatever.
about.
And it's Canadian,
Canadian,
or at
eh?
least shot in Canada.
Just in time for Canada Film Day.
Free Canadian Film Day.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about that movie when you said it had the girl from the mermaid movie. And I was like, no,
I'm talking about
She's
this.
different.
She's
She almost
completely
looked,
different.
She almost
Talking
looked
about
like
this
that girl from
rom-com
that other movie.
piece of
we saw.
crap
so
set in Italy
confused.
that you went to.
Okay, well let's get this off.
Let's
I'm
get
glad
into it.
I'm glad we talked about this one first
Yeah.
because you know what? Once you start with something this big and this
Can
extravagant,
only go downhill.
It's got nowhere else to go. You know, so here's the thing about this movie is that it's a rom-com.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say rom-com, it's a traditional rom-com in the sense of how I classify rom-coms. It wasn't a dark romance. It wasn't a comedy romance. It was a full-out, balls
Flat
to the
out.
walls
Yep.
rom-com. The
People falling
only
in
thing
love.
different about traditional rom-coms and this one, there's a very small moment,
Or other rom-coms.
is that in a traditional rom-com, this is the format. You have completely unlikable people who end up falling in love.
Well, these guys
in
weren't completely unlike.
This is the point I'm making. This one differs in that is because she's only a little bit annoying. You don't completely hate her at the beginning.
I kind of like.
But then you do get to not hate her through
Yeah.
the film. And
I
then
liked her
when you
even
meet
more.
and when you meet the love of her life, who we're not going to say, we don't want any spoilers. This movie this movie goes in so many turns, you never know what's going to happen in this, Murray.
That's
There's so
not
many
true.
there's so
find that
many
hard to believe.
there's so many twists and turns you could never, and I mean never ever
That's not-
figure out
that's not
what
true.
was going to happen in
So
this
it wasn't
movie.
exactly
Jim,
like the trailer.
Unless-
Stop lying.
Unless you watched the trailer.
Yeah, which I did.
And then you knew exactly
Yep.
the
Jim.
order of everything
Jim,
that
you-
happens in
So
this
I
movie.
saved myself $10.
You didn't have to watch the trailer in order to know what was going to happen.
Of course you did, because this might have been a dark romance, Bryce. And then
No.
we could have been thrown off our kilters.
So the screenwriter basically copy and pasted every other rom-com and pasted it on this and set it in Italy.
Well, there's a lot of rom-coms that take place in Italy.
Yeah.
So the location,
most of them are in America.
The location is really irrelevant to these stories.
But it's Tuscany. It's beautiful.
You know what?
It was spectacular.
It was visually a beautiful film.
Yes.
The people in it were beautiful.
Yeah.
The acting wasn't as horrible as these rom-coms traditionally are. Yeah. I kind of liked all the characters, including her final love interest. So yeah, I mean, this movie is horrible in every single way, shape, and form. But on a rom-com scale, what do you call those? The curve. The curve.
Well, you got a rom-com
curve. If this had a rom-com curve, this would be the best rom-com I've ever seen, by far. Like, I mean, outstandingly better than any rom-com I've ever seen before it, which still makes it a rage. Especially because we had been told that we're going to get a spicy whitey, and he wasn't that spicy. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't understand about the spicy whitey, but
that's what they called him.
Did they call him a spicy whitey?
Was there a minimal amount of Caucasians in this?
What are you talking about? It was in Italy.
It was in Italy. They're all Caucasians.
No, they're Italian.
Yeah, which is still classified as Caucasian.
Yeah.
I mean, they're olive skinned because they're living in the sun of Tuscany. But they're all Caucasians.
Olive skinned.
At any rate, I can't say I wasn't disappointed by this movie. I had high expectations going in.
Did you now?
I don't know why.
I don't know why. I had this sneaking suspicion that this was gonna be one of those rom-coms that kind of planted its tongue firmly in its cheek and kind of almost overdid some stuff to just show how ridiculously silly. But in a way, this movie took itself a little bit seriously.
It took itself a lot seriously.
And you know what? They tried to make you laugh a lot.
I didn't laugh once.
No, I didn't say I laughed. I said they tried to make you laugh a lot.
Oh, you mean with all the tour guides that would go by
There were some chuckles in the audience.
Well, the people that went to this, like,
did you
notice who was going to it?
No.
Couples who were trying to hook up after the movie, and then ladies who wanted to see what's his nuts with his shirt off.
Oh,
that's who went to this movie, and then us. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she goes to Tuscany with like no money.
Just watch the trailer. You don't need to know anything else.
Save yourself $10.
And she finds the love of her life.
Sure.
What's wrong with that? That's a good story.
That's it. You know what? It's a rom-com. Yeah.
And in between, you get like an episode of Three's Company.
If it was like a horror version,
that is exactly what it was.
It was like a horror version of this woman goes to some guy who she dated for like a second to his villa in Italy, and then
you didn't see the movie. There are so many nuances.
It would have been better.
You're oversimplifying things.
Take the ROM out of it, I'm there.
There's so many nuances.
You know what has to be said about is that this Reggie Jean Page.
Yeah. I know he's been in some stuff.
I freaking love this guy.
Yeah.
A, he's gorgeous, and B, he can speak Italian. He can speak with a British accent. He's got a French name. Like, what can't this guy do?
I don't know.
Nothing.
Apparently,
he is yet to fail.
He's personally, but he is picking some bad movies.
Yeah, well,
gotta
pay the bills.
So this was this didn't have enough small car in it. That was
a problem.
That little Fiat, that was pretty cool.
That was,
but we didn't get to see it near enough. It wasn't a very good movie. I went in with high expectations because I don't know what it was.
Because of the director?
Because I remember watching the trailer, and I think they're pulling a bait and switch on me here because this trailer looks like maybe the worst movie that's ever been made, and I'm like, well, that can't be possible.
Can't be possible.
So I thought that maybe it was a little, because sometimes that happens where you get the trailer and they're trying to pull you in one direction.
That's right, and then they
give
you.
the old swerve ball.
That's right.
But there was no swerve.
Well, there was a little swerve ball because
What?
they were
Was
not completely unlikable through the whole movie.
I will give you that pretty much every character in it. I mean, it was a well cast movie.
Yeah.
For what it was.
And the good thing about it was all the people that were Italian in it had no Italian accents. They all spoke with an English accent, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
So it could have been in wine country.
See, I miss the Italian accent. I don't understand.
Was it shot in wine country?
Everybody should be like bibbidi bobbidi boo.
Yes, that's right. That's totally. A bibbidi bobbidi.
That's a spicy meatball. That's what I want.
Like Mario.
Except for
It's
Mario
me.
doesn't
No.
even speak that way.
But the old Mario.
Not one person said, "It's me, it's Mario."
I know, so that was disappointing.
Was there anybody named Mario in the movie?
No, there was a
no,
Luigi.
but there was a Luigi though.
Okay, no Mario.
And
though.
he was a plumber.
And he was a plumber.
He did some plumbing, let me
He
tell
did,
you.
yeah. He cleared some pipes.
Did he have a mustache?
He did some pipe clearing.
He had a huge pipe cleaner, supposedly.
Nice. Right then.
I tell you.
You know what?
Yeah.
The more I think about this movie, no, it's still bad.
I'm gonna. Yeah, it's a rage, I guess, but I didn't want it to be.
Yeah, me neither. Tell you one thing, I'm sure glad we got to see it.
I'm glad you got to see it too, and I'm glad I didn't have to.
Yeah.
That Halle Bailey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
Not to be confused with Halle Berry.
I don't know where she goes from this, to be honest.
I don't know.
She goes to another rom-com because now she's going to be pigeonholed.
Little Mermaid 2?
Isn't Little Mermaid also a rom-com?
I don't know.
It's a musical
Kind of
rom-com.
is.
It's a
Yeah,
musical
I guess.
rom-com.
It's romantic.
She falls in love with a dude.
with a human dude, and then she wants to become human.
That's right. And then she has
And there's songs.
she has like interspecies sex.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, exit 8.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes, Murray, our psyche needs to be trapped in a situation that is recurring and repetitively taking us through our regrets and past trauma to ignite a new awareness and understanding. In Exit 8, we follow a Japanese man, and he's on a crowded subway with a crying baby, a man who's screaming at the mom to shut that kid up because we all hate it, and his headphones are on in a subway full of other people.
I was on Team Angry Man, by the way.
with their headphones on. He then leaves said
Why
train.
the hell would you take a baby to a crowded train?
That's exactly what the man was saying.
I agree.
You know what?
Babies should be.
Everybody
left at
has a
home.
right to go wherever they want. And he was the only one that didn't have headphones on.
Leave your baby at home.
So, yeah, you never go anywhere without your headphones on. So you wouldn't have heard the baby because your music is loud and you're deaf. So then you never would have heard said baby.
Mm-hmm.
You would have saw it because you would have had your eyes if you were that guy looking at the baby. But you wouldn't have heard the baby.
Yeah, I don't even want to look at the baby, though. Babies are so ugly.
They're so gross. All right, so he leaves the said train because he doesn't like being in uncomfortable situations, Murray. And gets a call from his recently ex-girlfriend who's, guess what? Prego!
What?
Yep. We then spend an hour and a half following them travel through tunnels, getting lost as he is trapped in a repeating story where he learns within the tunnels that there are some rules. Well, one rule. If you see the same path, keep on it. And if you see an anomaly, go back the other way.
Get the hell back.
Yeah, go the other way, turn around. Which is kind of what this story is about. If you are one who doesn't like to be mementoed, like Murray, this film is not going to be for you. There is so much memento going on in this movie.
There's a lot of momentum.
There's a lot of repetition. But at the same time, between the story that unwinds, the music, sound, and entire adventure you're on, you are trying to figure out what the actual fuck is actually happening. And by the end, just like our lead, we are hopefully to have grown maybe a little bit as a person. This film had me mesmerized from the start, and I was really dialed in until I wasn't. I mean, I really liked this film, even though the story it's kind of simple. And when we get to the end, I did like the cerebral journey we are led through, but it was a little bit too much like it felt more like it was a really good stylistic Japanese film, and then it kind of ends in a Hollywood type ending. Plus, I was hoping we would have a tougher job with the whole construct of the plot, but it was not as complex as it initially started out to feel. Like, I think they could have went in so many places with this film, but where they ended up going, it kind of left, wasn't so that it kind of left me feeling flat. It was kind of like I got to a point in the film where I was like, okay, there's gonna be an ending here that is gonna make me go, holy fuck, this is amazing. And it didn't come. So it's a high meh, but I couldn't get it to a mondo because the ending was just a little not as satisfactory as I was hoping it was going to be.
You're stealing my thunder.
What?
Yeah, it's a movie where you're going on this journey with this guy.
Yeah, and you're dialed in, right?
You're totally dialed in, and then the ending happens, and you're like, okay.
That was not that what?
Anyways, what did you rate it?
I gave it a meh. A high meh.
High meh.
High meh.
I remember now.
It was a high meh,
saying that.
but it wasn't a full mondo. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's stylistically, I mean, it's fantastic. It is something to watch, and the journey that you go on, and the things that are running through your head as you're trying to figure out, because he's trying to figure out crap too, and you're trying to figure it out, and you're like, oh, okay, if there's an we got to turn back, and you're figuring all this out with him.
And then he bumps into this kid.
And then he bumps into the
and he's like, "Oh, that wasn't an anomaly."
It's like,
what?
Man,
what do you mean that's not?
How was that not an anomaly? What are you changing the rules on me? So it's just a fascinating movie. Apparently it's based on a video game. I can't imagine. As a movie, I mean, it's
is it
tense
based on a video game?
That's what it said.
Well, but the director. Maybe it is, but the director said he wanted us to feel like we were. So maybe it is.
Exit 8 is a video game adaptation.
Okay. So, well, it did kind of feel like that.
Yeah. So, but I'm like, I mean, what? Why?
Well, because when you can't beat the level, and then oh no, I died. I got to start over.
It would feel like there's a video game that I was playing. I don't know, just because I was just trying. I clicked on it and I'm like, okay,
was it Super Mario Brothers?
No, it was some complex video game, and I went into it.
Civilization?
I don't know what it was, Jim.
I'm just guessing.
So I go into it, and you're battling these guys and blah blah blah. Okay, so then I finish battling these guys. There's no more guys to battle, and then I'm just trying to get out of the screen.
So that's what it was.
And that's basically what this movie was. I couldn't get out of the screen, man.
And then I got
tried
frustrated.
everything, but at the end I could just turn it off.
That's right.
This guy couldn't turn it off.
And we weren't about to leave the movie.
He could turn it off and just walk away.
Yeah.
But I could turn it off and just walk away. But he was stuck in this, man, and he had to just keep on going. That would drive me. I mean, I was almost driven insane
by this video game.
I was there for an hour trying to get off of this bloody screen.
Well, the one guy did go insane.
Some way, so I'm jumping up on the cliff, and I'm going. Because, it's a newer video game, so you could go places, but not too many places, and you were confined in this one area.
You didn't do one thing.
And I didn't do one thing, apparently, because I tried the cliff, I tried under the waterfall, I tried everywhere. There was, nowhere you could get out of this bloody screen. And then I finally, before I finally cracked and,
turned it off,
I finally said, okay, I can't take it anymore. That's what this movie kind of reminded me of. And I could just imagine how this guy was going through it. And I was all in on his journey. And then, as you say, the ending's a little bit of a letdown. I mean, it's not a bad ending.
Yeah.
But
it's very Hollywood.
Yeah.
This is not a Japanese film ending. When you see the end of a Japanese film, most Japanese films that we get to see, you're like, the ending is the best part. It's like you're dragged along in a slow burn, and then it's like, holy mindfuck! Like you Christopher Nolan the hell out of me.
Yeah, well, you need. Not even always. Sometimes you're just devastated at the end, or sometimes you're just, or sometimes.
The world is a horrible place. That's what I wanted.
Well, you get that a lot, but on rare occasions you'll be like uplifted big time at the end.
Yes,
but
like,
this did kind of neither
if
of
it's
those
family
things.
dynamics,
This
yeah,
kind of rode the middle, and it's like, no, don't ride the middle. They do something
Yeah.
at the end of it, So it's a very high man. It's
Hey,
just
that's what I said.
beautiful film to look at. The music was great. It's so well, like everything was just so good, and then it kind of fell off a little bit, but it was high man.
I have a feeling this is the only film we're going to disagree
Agree
on. Yes. Absolutely. We're talking
Have
about
we agreed on
Faces.
everything?
Yes.
So far.
Which is surprising, but maybe not. Faces of Death.
You think we're gonna disagree on?
I 100% absolutely believe we will disagree.
Okay.
So, a video filter person working for a social media company stumbles across a real serial killer, Murray,
Yeah.
who's reenacting the OG film Faces of Death, but for real, not for play.
Yeah.
And everyone, including the interweb, thinks it's fake. But she knows it's real, and her boss is like, give the people what they want. Isn't that a Kinks album?
They want to see death. Let them watch people getting killed.
Yeah. And he also thinks it's fake. So she totally has to don't fuck with cat him, which when that scene came on,
I don't even
both
know
Bryce
that.
and I laughed.
I don't know what that means.
I laughed the first time, and then when it got brought up again, you were the only one that laughed the second time. For
But
some
But it was
reason,
still funny the second
for some
time.
reason, when anybody says that, you just giggle.
It's just so funny.
I don't even know what it means.
Okay, well, it's
it was a
it's
web-
a Netflix show that
Netflix.
kind of changed the dynamics
That would be
of
why I never heard of
home
it then.
sleuths watching stuff.
Yeah,
and Bryce
sure.
hated it, and I loved it.
Whatever.
Oh God,
All right.
did I hate it?
I loved it a lot. Okay, so the suspense in this film totally builds around a soundtrack and score that is completely driven and builds the scenes to places only a good score can do. All the while, we get to also know our killer, and he is infatuated with being known. I'm putting this in heavy quotes. And
Want to be famous.
yeah, and in his arc of the story, it really is poking hard at the whole TikTok-y influencer culture.
Yeah.
It's funny because this film really did take me on a journey. At first, I was like, I've seen this before. And in fact, I very recently saw something that was kind of like this that also had a video screener.
There's lots.
Yeah,
of these
who
now.
finds a killer. Then I kind of thought, no, this is better actually, and more original. Then it kept getting better and more suspenseful and manic, and the murders were very violent. And the performance by our lead, Barbie Ferreira, helped to make the trauma she was going through feel even more real. Her arc of the story is you kind of know what's going to happen. You sort of know that, but when you actually see what actually happens to her, it is like, oh my God, how is she even getting out of bed in the morning? And then, like most horror films these days, the back end of the film started to take us down a path that was making me not love what I was watching. Mm-hmm. And then we get to the very end. And by the time we get to the end, I decided to overlook some of those things I had the issues with. For an example, there is a Dahmer type cop scene that happens, and originally it was kind of annoying me because I'm like, this is fucking crazy. But then I thought to myself, no, this is for this scene, it's exactly what this director is poking fun at. So I got inside the head of how he's really trying to poke both the influencer culture, the social culture of what's going on around us. And I said, you know what? I'm going to overlook these flaws because it's intentional. And we're supposed to get frustrated.
He was trying to make a point.
He was trying to make a point, and he did at first I was kind of bothered, but then I went, no, actually, that was a really good point that he made. So I really got on board with the flow of what Margot, a.k.a. Barbie Ferreira's journey was, which was quite a journey. And I really felt the director did a good job making a good tribute to the original Faces of Death, as well as the suspense I felt throughout the film was great. I kind of love this film. It was Mondo for me. It was a low Mondo, but I really think the director grasped nostalgia in a way that I appreciated, as opposed to the way nostalgia is being driven through films. He even makes fun of it a couple of times in the film about their grasp on influencer culture and the suspense in a way that I haven't seen in a long time for this type of movie. So I actually, this is a mondo for me. I really like this movie. I think it was a good suspenseful killer movie. I loved it. Murray, what you think?
Faces of Death.
Faces of Death.
Remake that's not a remake. Our intrepid hero Margot has a really crappy job. She has to watch horrible videos uploaded to her company's website and approve or remove whatever offensive thing she sees. I saw a similar movie to this. I think Jim did too.
Yep.
And the character eventually went crazy.
Yep.
From watching all this horrible torture porn. So not an ideal job. The problem is somebody is killing people and filming it. Or is it fake? Apparently the murders are based on the old film Faces of Death, which I never saw. If there's one thing worse than social media influencers, it's the people that follow them and pay their bills. Honestly, I could give two craps about Margot and her problems. I did enjoy the killer when he was kidnapping and killing these horrible people. Unfortunately, he starts doing stupid stuff.
What?
Like not killing them.
What?
Let's just not kill him. Let's just lock him up.
But he
It's like,
has to
okay.
because he's setting up
He's got to
scenes.
set up the next scene.
Yeah.
Stupid. I probably would have enjoyed this more if he actually went on a murderous rampage like a good serial killer.
He was about to.
But this movie started to
He
slow
was more
down.
cerebral than
and
that,
I got bored.
What?
I did miss a bit when I went to the bathroom, like how she escaped the basement and eventually the house.
I'm sure you could
Like
guess how.
1 minute she was locked up in a cage, next minute she's running away.
You
I'm
could
like,
probably
what?
guess how she did.
No, I have no idea. I don't care.
I could have guessed.
I really didn't care about that point. The ending was predictable and stupid. I was glad when this was over. I don't enjoy watching people being tortured and killed, aka the Saw movies, which is why I don't really like horror movies.
First Saw was excellent.
It was.
Unfortunately, out of the 4 movies that came out this weekend, this was the best option, and it was playing in my theater.
I would agree with that.
I should have stayed home.
There's 5 movies.
Rage. Rage.
Nice.
The 5th movie was not on my list.
There's actually
Yes.
Just saying.
There's actually 6, but I won't get into that. It
Wasn't on my
Once
list, so
again,
I didn't go to it.
it
End of
was
story.
playing at one theater at the most
Yeah.
horrible times ever. I couldn't
Which
get to
we
it.
both really wanted to see.
Well, I wanted to see. I don't think you wanted to.
I
see.
did. I just knew I wouldn't get to it. So,
You don't like Amanda Peet.
what are you talking about?
Oh, was that
I'm
come out
the-
this week?
I'm the one that says
Yeah.
they
I
love
saw
him.
that.
And
Did you?
Yeah,
There you go.
you
I
did?
previewed it like 8 months ago.
Nice.
Yeah, I saw it. It was all right.
Okay.
There we go.
Wasn't a big fan of him.
So-
She was all right. It was probably one of her best performances, but yeah, he sucked. Just saying.
Nice.
What was the name of that movie?
I don't remember.
Amanda
Something
Pete.
about normal life. or something?
Amanda
I don't
Pete, the
Yeah,
story.
something like that. Normal Life? That sounds right.
know. I don't know.
Anyway, so
There we go.
So Murray gives that a meh. Just,
That's right.
just a bonus there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because of her.
Because of Amanda Peet.
Normal life, it's called.
I hear from the grapevine that she's very good in it.
She is very good at it.
There we go.
Anyway.
What were we talking about?
Faces
we were
of
talking
Death.
about how much I actually like her, and I like her more than you.
Oh, you definitely. Then if you do like her more than me, that's true because
You
I
should go to it.
have very little use for
There we go.
Amanda Peet.
Normal what life?
I don't know. I think so.
Nice.
Did not make the cut for one of our festivals. That's all I know.
There you go.
All right. Yeah, Faces of Death. It's more intelligent than it seems on the surface. It does. I wouldn't even say poke fun, but more bring to light how ridiculous some of the internet culture is.
Interweb.
It starts out and I was like, you do get into it a little bit as it goes along. It's kind of it's an interesting concept. I didn't really know what it was about. I figured it probably had something to do with the original Faces of Death back in the what must have been the 80s videotape. And it had, I mean, if you were around back then, I mean, it was a big deal to some people. It's like, oh, you got to see Faces of Death.
Oh, it was
and
everything.
there were so many people that thought it was real. Like a lot of people thought it was real, and that's why there were some video stores that wouldn't even carry the tape.
Yeah,
they would say, no, we're not.
I think it was
an
actual banned film.
Yeah, it was a banned film. It's been banned I think it's still banned in some countries, but. And it does have a grittiness about it if you've ever seen it, that it feels very documentary. And
it feels real.
Yeah. So the fact that they took that and they Toyson had this guy that's obsessed with this thing and wants to recreate this Faces of Death, but for real, it's an interesting concept. The way that they work in the internet culture with it. I'm not in agreement with you that like the people that he's killing are awful. They're Murray.
Well,
they're just a product of this time that we're in, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You know, they're no awful than everybody else. So it's just a time we're living in where you all these people that live their lives online
and make their incomes
their income online, which I am still baffled that that's a thing. I don't understand it.
You don't even have a walking around phone, so you don't have access to that stuff.
You're not scrolling.
You're not dialed in.
You don't have scroll finger.
Yeah,
that's right.
I don't. Even if I had a walking around phone, I wouldn't have
scroll
finger, because I would not be partaking in any of that garbage. I mean, I've got a computer. If I wanted to look at that stuff, I could sit down in front of the computer and look at it all I want. You can get the same crap on your computer that you can on your
absolutely
phone.
YouTube and the TikToky and it's all there.
But yeah, no, this was it was a good movie. I had no problem with anything. I do like the fact that it shed light on certain things. The stuff that it shed light on in a silly way, I wasn't quite as forgiving as you were. I think it could have been handled more intelligently in some respects. I think that they could have come up with maybe a different scenario than a guy like you shooting a rifle in broad daylight in a community.
They showed where he was, and there was nobody really home. So I knew that was going to be a bother for you. As I was watching it, I knew it was going to be a bother.
I'm sorry, but the entire community isn't at work. That's just not the way it is.
I'm not sure if you've lived in the suburbs.
And the fact that...
You've never lived in the suburbs.
The entire community is not at work. There's somebody home, Jim. And if there's gunshots fired in broad daylight...
It was a quiet rifle.
It was not quiet, at any rate. So it's like, I thought that some stuff should have been handled more intelligently, in my opinion. And it did bother me. It kind of made me roll my eyes. But overall, I mean... Barbie Ferreira, by the way, yes, she was a tour de force in this movie. She was actually very, very good. Performances were good.
Do you remember where we saw her last?
I don't.
I've never seen her before.
Never seen.
Oh yeah, dude. Bob Trevino likes it.
Yeah.
And she was awesome in that.
She was awesome in
that. She was really, really good.
She is somebody I have already put as a favorite. I really like her.
I forgot all that she. I'm like, I've seen her before. I've seen her recently.
We've seen her, and she was in.
Because that Bob Trevino likes it. That was such. A good
she was so great, and she was in Nope. She wouldn't have a big part in Nope, but she was in Nope.
She was in Nope. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, she's great. There's just, this could have been Armando.
It wasn't.
There's just too many things that just, you know me. Little things are gonna just irritate me.
I know.
And it does take away from it at the end of the day.
I know. But wasn't the ending so good? Come on.
It was okay. So, yeah, Faces of Death. I might actually watch it again someday.
There you go.
But that doesn't make it a Mondo. I watch meh movies all the time.
I never watch a meh movie again.
Sometimes I'm just it's kind of sleepy, and I'm like, put something on. What's on? It's like,
Oh, Faces of Death. This is a good movie to fall asleep to.
The original The Fly's
Apparently
on.
it made Murray fall asleep.
The original The Fly's on. We'll put that on, which is totally meh. But, sometimes you just watch meh movies just because you're kind of sleepy and you kind of just want to fall asleep anyway.
Is that true, Murray? Do you sometimes watch meh movies?
I watch a lot of mad movies.
Oh, there you go.
I watch whatever's on TV.
There you
go.
If something comes up that
Case
I've
in
seen
point.
before and I didn't mind it, it may just be in the background, but yeah, I'll watch it.
My time is too precious.
There we go. So, love Barbie Ferreira. Can't wait to see what she's doing next. This was meh. She hasn't missed yet, really. She's really quite good.
Nope. She's the greatest thing that's ever lived.
Well, she's very, very good. I hope her career continues to take off.
Me too. I hope this gets successful and we get a Faces of Death 2.
Nice.
All right. Which I don't ever say, but this one deserves it.
Wow, so that got the grand slam. It got the Mondo Rage.
Yeah. You got the grand
Well, you knew I wasn't going to like it.
No, I thought you might like it because you
No.
like people who are on social media getting tortured.
No, well, yeah, but I like them actually getting tortured, not just locked up in a cage for an hour and a half.
Well, they eventually got tortured. They got
not
their,
enough for
They
my
got their
liking.
comeuppance. I guess if they didn't really deserve a
There wasn't
comeuppance,
enough
but-
of that.
All right.
There was too much sitting around doing nothing.
I was actually, not that I was shocked by what he did to her roommate, but I was a little traumatized by what he did to the roommate.
Wow, eh?
But that was like totally Dahmer. Like he was channeling in some of the scenes, and that scene that he did to the roommate is what made me forgive and like the scene with the cops. So that's all I want to say there.
Yeah, that Montgomery kid from the Stranger Things.
Yeah, I like him.
He was all right.
He was good too. All right, Hamlet. To be or not to be? I want to start out by saying that my opinion hasn't changed one iota about Timothy Chalamet or Lil Timmy, a.k.a. Shalaboner. Take your pick.
Sorry, what does this have to do with Hamlet?
I'm coming to that.
He
Okay.
loves
In
his
fact,
Chalamet.
in fact, I respect him even more by saying ballet and the orchestra are dying arts, and they should just cancel them all, as they were, is what I'm gonna say. Keep them only when they do things like play stuff that's relevant to today's modern orchestration or ballet.
See how we come in full circle.
Set out to cool stuff like, say, Metallica, the ballet, or when you see the orchestra playing Star Wars to the movie. Those are things that I can get behind. But it would be literally torture to have to go and see an orchestra perform some of the terrible, and there is some orchestral music that I like. I like classical music.
Yep.
But going to see people play classical music, I'd rather just sit at home, put my headphones on, and listen to it. There's nothing. There's no. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just leaving it there. Timothy Chalamet, you had it right. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel the exact thing about Shakespeare. If I want to read old dead languages or go back to grade 12 to study literature and try and fucking understand what the actors are saying, I'd watch The Passion of the Christ without subtitles or read the original text of the Bible, which I don't, because leave stupid dead languages dead. And if you're gonna talk another language, why don't you put subtitles up in English? So the country where I'm watching it in, or province, depending on which province or country that speaks the most of a specific language, put the subtitles on it. And also, this does not give me the subtitles. Now, don't get me wrong. In grade 12, I aced Shakespeare's. All the Shakespeares.
All the Shakespeare.
All the Shakespeares. Because I'm a cunning linguist. But I couldn't care less. I'm not trying to impress any socialites by showing off my Shakespeareisms. So just fucking stop doing Shakespeare garbage. It's all garbage. What I can tell you about this Hamlet is that it does a great job of bringing in the South Asian culture of Riz Ahmed's homeland. into Hamlet in a creative and original way, including some amazing music and dance, as well as an opening scene of body preparation, unseen by many Canadian Christians or agnostics. The performance, especially by Riz Ahmed, is fantastic. I mean, even if you watch this without a sound, you could figure out what's happening because it's fucking Hamlet. Everybody knows Hamlet. Everybody knows the story of Hamlet. Just turn the sound off.
Plus, when you look at Riz Ahmed's face, there's no one that's more
expressive.
He just screamed Hamlet.
He did some screaming. He didn't scream his own name.
No, he did a lot. Did a lot of whispering. Actually,
Hamlet is a tortured character.
He did too much whispering, actually, without a good microphone. This.
You had to lean in.
Is this the best Shakespeare play?
That's what engaged you more. Is that it's like you had to lean in to really hear what he was saying. That was intentional.
Okay, if you want to believe that,
I do. I think it got you into the film more.
Yeah,
Because if you sat back, you're like, what? But if you leaned in,
I leaned all the way in to the point I couldn't hear. So and you're partially deaf, so I know you didn't hear half of this. Is this the best Shakespeare play done to film adaptation? Probably, at least in modern times. But here's the problem. Above what I've already said, it's fucking Shakespeare, and I feel the only way people should have to be subjected to this dreadful art form is an amateur playhouse theater, because even although it was done well, it doesn't fit into a movie format. Mostly because the diction of the dialogue, because it's in a film format, sometimes you can't understand what the actors are saying. Mostly Riz Ahmed. I didn't need another fucking Hamlet or Shakespeare play, or even...
You had to lean in.
Yeah, lean in, schmeen in. Even
if it has... intentional, Jim.
Even if it has one of the best...
About Riz Ahmed.
I'm not saying anything negative about Riz Ahmed. He was a fantastic actor. The diction in this film was not great by a lot of actors. I also had some issues with the ending in the way that it rolls out. And no surprise, it's Hamlet. We know how it ends. But in a play, when you read it, you know how it's going to unfold. And you understand how it unfolds, especially when you read Hamlet. Hamlet should never, ever have been able to catch up to his uncle in the way they portrayed it.
The poison affects people in different ways, Jim.
A deadly poison that kills his mom in seconds is not going to be like, it's going to last.
She's obviously got a more delicate constitution.
He
just
can't
shake it off.
He can't get past nobody in an area at work, and there's only 4 people that live in that neighborhood.
Here's the thing.
But he can't get past the fact that poison's not going to kill somebody.
He's not the king of Denmark?
He was also driven to get to his uncle while his mother was ready to let go.
That helps people get over poison.
It does.
In Hamlet, the
people hang on, man.
You know what? When I've read Hamlet,
I watched my father die, and he hung on.
Was he poisoned?
No, he hung on.
Sorry, did he have a deadly poison?
No,
the one that killed everybody else in seconds.
He hung on until I left the room, and then he went.
There you go. It's exactly the same. Your dad is Hamlet's dad.
There you go.
No, your dad's Hamlet. There you go. Yeah.
People have the will still has something to do with it.
Yeah, I don't know. Not when it's deadly poison.
No.
Is this the best Shakespeare movie? Probably. It's still not a great movie. It gets a meh only for the adaptation style and the performances. If you like Shakespeare, maybe you'll like this, although
you'll either really like it or you will hate it.
You will hate it, yeah. If you also need subtitles for people like Tommy Lee Jones, Sylvester Stallone, and Shakespeare like me, this may not be the film for you. That's all I'm going to say. If you actually it is an adaptation of it in multiple ways, both from the format and the style, but also it's edited or abridged, I guess you would say, because it's only just under 2 hours.
Yeah.
And if you actually read Hamlet, it's a 4-hour play. It's a 4-hour play. So it gets a meh only because of its creativity and the performances. That's it.
Yeah. No, it was very creative. Riz Ahmed was fantastic. I disagree. I like the fact that, you know, when he talked low, you had to really listen, because if you weren't totally dialed in, which you weren't apparently,
I was dialed in.
You're not going to hear exactly what he's saying. But if you're leaning in, then you're good. It was quite. I mean, I will admit, when it started, I was like, I don't know about this. But as it rolled along, I was like, this is as good as they possibly could have done this. Now, does that make it great? No, it doesn't make it great. It is a good movie, though. I actually thought that they made some interesting choices, but they all worked. And I'm looking back at it, I'm like, could they have included this instead? Could they have included that? Like stuff that they cut out. You brought up Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Could they? No, you could not put that in this movie and have it make any sense whatsoever.
No, I think that it was right to...
So there's big chunks that they cut out, like here, there, and everywhere, to get it, number one, to get it down to a watchable movie, and number two, to make it make sense in this more modern setting. And for all of that, they did it very, very well. They couldn't have done it any better. Does that necessarily mean that they should have done it?
No, they shouldn't have done it.
It doesn't necessarily mean that. But I got to watch Riz Ahmed for 2 hours, which is never a bad thing. The man is still, no matter what he's doing, there's just something in that guy's eyes. There's something in his expressions that just sucks me into any movie. Like, I swear, and it's silly, but I think you could put him in like, just like the worst piece of garbage. You could put him in a rom-com, and somehow he just elevates everything that he's in to the point where you can't rage because he's so good in everything he does. And he couldn't have done this any better too. He's so good. But, you know, it's still it's Hamlet. And I got no problem. I'm not like anti-Shakespeare like you are.
I am so anti-Shakespeare in movies. Like, go jerk off in the fucking playhouse all you want, but
yeah, wow,
I have no interest.
You have no interest. But
it's work. Like, there's nobody that listens to Shakespeare and understands every single word in the context that they're saying. You have to digest it.
Well, that's the thing. You have to digest it. It's about the rhythm of the whole deal.
Yes.
And it's all part of it. It's the overall.
Yeah,
you don't need to understand.
Where's
every
Timothy
word.
Chalamet when we need him? You know, he's never in a Hamlet movie.
Oh, just wait. I'm sure he'll do it.
I don't think he's gonna.
I don't think he can now.
There's no way. No one's gonna hire him to now.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this was a very. I actually thought midway through that I might be able to get this to a Mondo, and then it ended, and I was like, I can't give this a Mondo. It was. I still enjoyed it. Maybe it's because I'm a little too much of a Riz Ahmed head. You know, I can't. The guy's the best. There's only
so
one.
What you're saying,
there's only one actor I can think of that's better.
Okay, here it comes.
Let's just not.
Yeah.
Well, I think we all know who that actor is. I don't have to say it. I think
Daniel Day-Lewis.
And by the way,
right.
think we all know who that actor is.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
All you guys, all our listeners. The name doesn't have to be
No, we
said.
all know who you think it is.
No.
But
No.
you're wrong.
No. We all know.
We all know who it is, and we also, a lot of us, for some reason, have this hate on for this person because apparently we're jealous of the immense talent of this
You know what,
individual.
Murray? That is it. We've been jealous of his talent.
We've been jealous that he's so bad.
Yeah.
At any
we
rate,
wish that we could act that.
Riz Ahmed's
Just
awesome.
like with a certain president, I hate him because he's so bad.
And Hamlet, we got to stop bringing politics into this, man.
That's right.
And Hamlet is meh.
There you go.
I will stick to the true Hamlet adaptation, Strange Brew.
A2 Brute.
Strange Brew. It was also Hamlet.
You know what? You're right.
It was.
That
It was Hamlet's
That
story.
was Canadian
It
Hamlet.
was Canadian Hamlet. There you go.
There you go. All right, so the only other movie we're missing.
Talk about the other one.
We got Fantasy Life with Murray, which was a man, and now we have Hunting Matthew Nichols, the Vancouver movie, as Murray likes to call it.
Well, shot in Vancouver or Vancouver Island
Vancouver Island, yeah.
Which, you know what? You don't get a lot of movies shot in Vancouver Island.
No?
Just like, lately we've been getting some stuff from the East Coast, so kudos to East Coast directors. So finally getting, instead of everything being shot in Vancouver, pretending that it's not Vancouver.
It's Europe.
Yeah. Tell us, Bryce, about Hunting Matthew Nichols.
Well, from what I understand, this movie was made like 3 or 4 years ago, and it kind of sat on the shelf for a while, and now I understand why. They're trying to make it into this it's one of these movies. It's kind of like, it's not like Blair. Well, it's sort of like Blair Witch.
Found footage.
It's a found. Well, it's not a found footage. It's a pseudo found footage because it's based on. It's basically a documentary where this lady's brother disappeared like 8 or 10 or 12 years ago. I don't know what it was, or 20 years ago.
Some time ago.
It was quite a while ago, anyways. And then the two boys basically disappeared. They were like 16 or 17 or something. And then she goes searching for him like 15 years later and tries to get like the secret videotape that the police had that wouldn't release, and it's all sorts of just weird stuff. For some reason the police hid this tape, which I don't even understand why, and then they altered things in their police report, and she had to find out all this stuff. So
it's a conspiracy.
Yeah, so she put on her Nancy Drew hat and went to town, and these documentary filmmakers are following her, doing all this crap, and they're going on the journey with her. So the footage is found footage because there's all these tapes, but then they're making a documentary about her trying to find out what really happened to her brothers, and it is just an hour of just boredom as they interview, it's these movies where it's supposed to be a documentary, but it's actually a drama, and they just don't work.
The acting is bad.
The acting wasn't great. And then they actually got to the as we were building up to the climax, and it was actually not bad for about 10 minutes. I was like, okay.
10 whole minutes.
Yeah,
huh?
for about 10 whole minutes. And then it just crapped all over itself again. I just did not like this movie at all. I was fighting the urge to fall asleep. My lids were heavy. I made it through it, but holy schmoly, it was hard. The director is like in the movie, and
that's never a good thing.
The director plays the director of the documentary in the movie.
What?
I know.
That's like meta.
It's so meta. So it's really not worth watching. I don't like bashing Canadian movies, because here's the thing. We were on such a roll. I thought that we were in like the best time for Canadian movies, and we got like a bunch in a row that were just spectacular. Like, I'm not talking good. I'm talking we had movies that were on par with the best films in the world. And then I've been inundated with 3 or 4 in a row now that just don't measure up, and I'm like, oh man, we got to get back to what we were doing.
Do you remember The King Tide? How great that was.
Yep.
Yeah. There's been like so many.
It can't all be gems.
Brother. Oh man.
There's a lot of crappy American
40
movies,
Acres.
too.
40 Acres. Like, there's been such good. But then there's Hunting Matthew Nichols. It's a rage. I'm sorry.
So, go ahead, press the button, Murray. But I was just going to ask one question. Was it kind of original content in the way it was done? Because sometimes you can still get away and go, okay, so at least they're doing something original.
No, this was total Blair Witch ripoff. But it was as if someone was like investigating the Blair Witch after the fact.
Yeah.
Or was it actually supernatural?
By the way,
or
that's
just like
we just we're
Yeah.
in synchronicity there just because if this is so predictable, even what we're gonna say is predictable.
well, sometimes you guys share the same brain.
That's true. We do.
Spend too much time together.
I think that's about to end, though.
You think?
Yeah.
All right, so I guess that was it. Unless you have something else you want to throw in there.
No, I think we said enough. Although, just want to remind people, this coming week is Calgary Underground Film Festival.
Absolutely.
And we are going to be
They're all the
full
time.
on festing. So
Yep.
don't expect much on social media from me,
Yeah.
other than every 5 minutes when I go into a
5
movie.
minutes.
I don't even,
Every movie that you go to.
I don't even understand. How often do you post on social
Pretty
media?
much every movie you
once
guys go
once
to.
every couple weeks.
When we're at the festival, I'm on it every time we go see
There's
a
a
movie.
lot of downtime between movies.
That's right. And during regular time, I post at least one post a day.
Does anybody even look at the social medias? Like I never do.
Yeah, because
You have some
you don't
followers?
know what social media is.
I post stuff occasionally too, once in a blue moon.
Murray doesn't even have access to Instagram, which is where I'm at.
I don't do
mostly these
Instagram,
days.
sorry.
I
Or
don't-
Twitter or anything else.
I think my dog's on Instagram.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, he is.
Baxter of Bone Ass.
Yes, that's
There
right.
you go.
Yeah, he's got a good page.
I'd love to see his typing skills.
Yeah,
That's all
he's
I'm saying.
good. He's fluent in dog.
Yeah, I don't know how he gets those videos up with like
I don't know.
graphics.
He
and
has his own
stuff.
phone too.
Yeah.
He films himself.
And he's the younger brother.
no,
Making
Baxter's the older
sorry,
brother.
sorry, I was thinking
Yeah.
Benny's the younger
Benny,
one.
yeah,
Benny's
sorry.
the younger one.
Benny's not
Benny
old
will
enough
soon
to get a
overtake him.
phone.
Benny's making guest appearances on Baxter's
There you go.
Instagram channel.
And Benny's not old enough to have a phone yet.
No,
There you
he's
go.
just still too young.
Yeah, he's still trying to destroy the studio every time we do a podcast.
Exactly. And
He's
one of
being
them
a
was
good
just
boy
chewing
right
on
now.
electrical, by the
Yeah,
way.
awesome.
Live electrical wires. Go
Yeah, it
dog.
happens.
Okay, once again, I was home alone on a Saturday night because I had such a fulfilling life.
Like Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
On good old Game TV, there was yet another movie I've never seen before.
What?
Seems like Saturdays is the night they roll out the newer stuff. At least movies they don't play like every other day. Stuff that doesn't pop up very often.
What quality program was on
This
YouTube?
movie starred literally my two favorite actors next to Russell Crowe. I
The
actually
Ryans?
didn't know they'd done a movie together.
Was this the Ryans?
I'm talking about Ewan McGregor and Ryan Gosling. If I could put two actors in a movie together, those two would top the list.
It's not coming to me.
This movie was called Stay
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
from 2005.
Yeah.
Judging by the Gauze's
I actually forgot
youthful
about
appearance,
this movie.
you'd think it was his first film. But this one happened between The Notebook and Half Nelson. So definitely at the height of the Gosling era. The story seems straightforward enough, a little depressing. McGregor plays a psychiatrist trying to prevent a student from killing himself. Except it's about way more than that. Had a good supporting cast, Naomi Watts and Bob Hoskins and Sterling K. Brown and B.D. Wong and Janine Garofalo.
Whew.
This movie got more and more confusing as it went, with Gosling's and McGregor's characters seemingly interchangeable. You didn't know who the story was actually about. There was time shifting, time loops, altered realities,
Yeah.
characters that may or may not be there. The mystery just got weirder and weirder until I didn't know what the hell was going on. It was like some kind of Inception mind freak. And when it ended, I still had no clue what was happening. I had no idea how this movie even ended. I don't know what happened.
It's a confusing
Despite
movie.
all the confusing storylines, I really enjoyed this film because of the two leading men. Was this my favorite Ewan McGregor or Ryan Gosling film? No, it wasn't. If I was to put those two in a mesmerizing off for this movie, I would say it's a dead heat. They were both awesome. I'm glad I saw it. But yeah, it's just a high mech because I had no idea what the hell was. I had no idea what the hell was going on.
I'll be honest, I didn't know what the hell this was about either. I watched it, and then I thought, after watching, I was like, should I watch it again and try to figure this out?
I thought
and then
at
I'm
first
like,
maybe
nah.
I thought maybe at first McGregor was like an older version of Gosling, like it was like his older self. But it's
Right.
like no,
that's
I
not
remember
what
really
it was.
liking this movie.
I remember.
too.
I liked it. I just didn't know what the hell was happening.
I like that.
anyway.
I like it when I don't know what's happening.
So that's what I did on Saturday night.
I did not like Stay.
That's usually what happens with me in movies.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Temperature rising. Vision blurring. Rage taking over.
Oh, my sweet, sweet, sweet rage. Initially, my rage was going to be that Bryce made me see Yumi in Tuscany. That was originally what my rage was going to be. And then I thought to myself, you know what? It's the best rom-com I've ever seen in my life. So I can't really be angry that he made me see it.
Okay.
So that's not my rage. What my rage is this week is I had planned out my whole weekend because I was planning on seeing Hamlet on Friday afternoon at noon when I could sneak out of the house and not be missed by my wife. And then I went to go buy my ticket and go over to the movie, Murray. And guess what?
Wasn't playing.
It wasn't playing. So at 9 o'clock in the morning when I woke up,
It was.
the movie was playing.
Huh.
When I went in at 11 to buy my ticket, it wasn't playing, Murray. So I'm like, what the actual fuck? Why would you do that? They gave you, like, I could have bought the ticket the night before. Didn't that happen to you once? Didn't you buy a ticket
Pretty
once?
sure it happened to you before
And,
too.
and they said,
I've actually bought a ticket, went to the theater, and they're like, sorry. And then they gave me a refund. I said, that doesn't make it better.
yeah, like, what the hell? And you know what's even worse? They replaced it with Bunny. Like, didn't we see
What?
that like 7 weeks ago?
Yeah.
The one with all the exclamation marks on it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So my rage is, West Hills, get your shit together. That's my rage.
And they'll be out of business in like a year anyway.
Probably. Unfortunately, because you know what? I have noticed a trend though. Our art house films are being played less there, and
Yeah.
Country Hills is picking up more art
That's
house
right.
films now. So it's interesting.
They play a lot of Bollywood stuff too.
Yep.
Just saying.
Yep. Hoping for Zombieland too.
My rage this week is that we didn't get enough small car and Yumi and Tuscany. I could have just watched that little car just drive around, and that would have made me happy.
And what was his Francesco? Wasn't his name Francesco?
I think so. He was a pretty likable guy.
He
too.
was likable. So was Giuseppe.
If I ever went to Tuscany, I'd want him to drive me around. I'd be like,
As
"Dude."
long as you didn't have a suitcase. Murray, he's got a car a little bit bigger than Bryce's.
Strap it onto the roof.
It's not bigger than mine. It's smaller than mine.
It's totally bigger than yours.
It is not. It's way lower to the ground too. It's way smaller. Anyway, I wanted to watch the little car drive around Italy, and I just got like little snippets.
There's only one thing.
They should have had like big frickin' shots from the sky, just following the car around for like 20 minutes, and then you'd have a little bit of story. And it's like, oh, we got to go somewhere else. Let's all pile in the car. Okay, well, one of us will go in the car, and everybody else will get in the other, and then we can just follow the car again. And then they could do that for about 20 more minutes, and then have like 5 minutes of scene, and then just watch the car drive around the beautiful countryside of Italy, and that would have been a really good movie.
You know, it would even made that
If it was like,
better?
if it was like an hour and 20 minutes of just watching the car drive through the beautiful scenery of the Italian landscape,
Yep.
That would have been fantastic in like 10 minutes of of story.
Of rom-com?
Yeah.
That's called a travel documentary. Just saying.
Well,
but with a little car.
yeah,
Yeah.
with the little car.
Still
been good.
traveling.
You know what? When you finally retire, that's what we
Yep.
should do. We should travel around
You and your
Italy.
car should just move to Italy.
Well, the two of
Just
us
drive around the
trying to fit
countryside.
into
But yeah.
a car.
Well, I want someone else to do it. I don't want to go to Italy. I don't like getting on planes. I don't like traveling.
Well, we could just do Alberta.
Take a really, really
No.
long boat.
Nah.
Alberta's countryside's pretty beautiful.
Can be.
I'm dreading retirement. I think we're going to be traveling at some point. I don't want to travel.
Don't give any spoilers, just in case your girlfriend listens to the podcast. Yeah, you know what was missing though?
I'm waiting for you to say it.
If they're in Italy,
Yeah.
in a small car, the only thing that would have made it better is Russell Crowe getting out of said
Absolutely.
car.
See,
Or
I knew you were going there.
I knew you knew. We missed.
I was about to say that myself.
Or Russell Crowe on a scooter.
Russell Crowe on a scooter
Actually,
would have made it better.
You know what? No, that's the only thing I want to see. I want to see Russell Crowe getting out of that car.
Out of that car? He's
That
like
might-
300 pounds now.
That might be the greatest.
Movie ever.
That might, because I'm guessing it would be a short, but it would probably take him about 12.
It would take him 20 minutes to get out of the car.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I love Russell
Crowe.
Crowe, but he's gotten a few pounds on him now.
Yeah.
That would be great.
And it hasn't affected his fabulous acting.
That's right.
Rage subsiding. Pulse slowing. Anger fading.
Welcome, Ragers, to the Film Rage's Totally Retro Nostalgia Recall Flashback. On this week's segment, Jim reminds the crew that before David Bowie played with his silver balls, there was an earlier, creepier thin white dude, or duke, that also had a thing for balls, but more like Swiss Army balls, instead of child napping balls. That's right, they're watching Phantasm II. The ball is back, baby. You might think that it would be easier to watch the first in this series of films, but that's not how we do things around here. Okay, Ragers, let's check in with the boys and see if mortuaries, hearses, and the whitest, tallest, creepiest man ever to handle balls is as scary and fun as Jim remembers, or will Bryce's memory reign supreme? Man, it sounds like this is going to be an Iron Chef challenge this week, and the secret ingredient may be rage. Oh, thank God. That promo for Phantasm II was just a dream. It's just a dream. No, it's not.
Oh my God, I love that man so much. Okay, so the reason I chose Phantasm 2 instead of Phantasm 1 was that I remember seeing this in the cinemas with my bestie at the time, and I remember having the absolute best time ever watching this movie. And I can tell you that the reason that, again, I chose Phantasm 2 is it's actually a better movie than Phantasm 1. Murray and I
would agree.
actually went and sat through 1 and 2 together. We did a double feature. And in Phantasm 1, I love the original music. The motherfucking grandma, the witch, is my goddess. And it's all directed by Don Castellari, who directed Beastmaster franchise. Reg and Mickey on the road, kicking ass and punching dicks, trying to find the tall man. This was my kind of movie, with a flamethrower and a shotgun, no less. They're gonna make them evil alien Jawas pay, and they sure did. I love this movie, I think even more than when I watched it the first time. Phantasm 2 is by far better than Phantasm 1, and I remember when I watched Phantasm 1 too, I was like, what the fuck is this? This came right out of the middle of nowhere. I completely understand why this is a underground cult film that I don't think a lot of people. And it's funny the amount of Sam Raimi-isms in this movie all the way through it. Like I looked into it afterwards, and him and Sam
like Sam Raimi directed it.
are actually pretty good buddies.
Buddies,
so it's I love this. It was great. Murray, what'd you think? Because this was your first exposure to the Phantasm world.
So Jim made me watch the first Phantasm before we watched number 2. Other than the awesome Barracuda that the brother drove, I didn't really enjoy it that much. Not enough killing. I assume it's called Phantasm because of the flying killer balls, which didn't kill nearly enough people. It's like one good scene. I did get a kick out of watching the evil Jawas running all over the place. Oh, and Reggie with his awesome ponytail.
Yes.
Okay, the second one. Phantasm II was a lot more Sam Raimi-ish, which we discovered was on purpose. The director, is it Don Coscarelli?
Yeah.
Was actually friends with Raimi.
Who's made one of the best movies of all time, which wasn't this.
Yeah, he basically borrows some of Raimi's filming techniques and pays tribute to him in the film. There's actually his name on a bag of ashes.
Yes.
As with most sequels, the body count, the gore, and the gratuitous T&A is ramped up in this one. And Reggie is back, although without his ponytail. Tortured preteen Mike is all grown up now, recently released from the loony bin.
Nice.
This dynamic duo decides to go after the tall man, who is leaving a trail of empty graves in his wake. No problem with these guys, they still have the Barracuda. They break into a sporting goods store, steal all the firepower they can carry, including a chainsaw and a couple of sawed-off shotguns. Sound familiar? Anyway, the action in this one is off the charts. Reggie even gets laid by a spirited hitchhiker they picked up who's half his age. Unfortunately, Mikey never does get any with his childhood sweetheart. Well, they actually shot a love scene, but it didn't make it into the film. Too bad.
That's unfortunate.
The story was still pretty stupid, but I enjoyed the action more. So it was a meh.
Nice.
Go, Reggie, go.
Go, Reggie.
Yeah. Don Coscarelli. I mean, he literally has made... he's got to be in my top 20 movies of all time, Bubba Hotep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's such a good movie.
It is so good. And it's hard to believe when you look over the movies that he's made, that he made such an awesome movie and everything else is garbage.
What are you talking about?
I don't even know what the hell is going on in Phantasm II.
Yes.
I don't.
Thank you.
And I don't care.
What?
There's just nothing here. I don't know what I'm looking at, and it wasn't entertaining. Nothing.
What are you talking about?
You guys are describing these scenes, and I'm like, what? What? Who cares?
This is the same person that likes the Leprechaun franchise,
That's
Murray.
because the
True.
Leprechaun franchise is awesome.
You got your stick. I got mine.
That's right.
At any rate, I actually have never watched anything beyond Phantasm 2 because at that point, that's what just drove me. I'm like, okay, I'm done with the
I watched the whole
Phantasm.
series after I watched 2.
I'm going to guess that you haven't watched the latest one because did you know there was a Phantasm from 2016?
Yeah, I watched it
You
too.
watched Phantasm?
Yeah, all of it. It's all
Ravager?
on Shudder. Actually, all the ones. It's like 3, 4, and 5 are all on Shudder.
Yeah, but the
The first one's
6
like
is,
YouTube or
is coming
something.
out. He's in the midst of making 6.
There you go.
oh, you're kidding.
No,
There's
'Cause
going to
you
be
can't-
another Phantasm?
and he's
Can't
looking
kill
at
the
trying to
tall
do a
man.
Bubba Hotep 2. Actually, if Bruce Campbell lives long enough to be. in it.
Yeah, he's dealing with some problems right now.
Anyways, this movie is just confusing.
Yes.
And not in an entertaining way.
It's so entertaining.
It's not even in a frustrating way. It's one of those confusing movies where I'm just staring at it blankly, just not. I'm
enjoying
like
every
not
single
enjoying
moment.
anything. It is just blah from being. it is one of the most boring movies that I've ever watched. Like, it's just boredom personified, this movie.
You mean like Leprechaun 1?
No, Leprechaun 1's awesome. Plus, it's like the breakout performance from Jennifer Aniston. She's never better. It was also
That I'll agree with.
yeah.
Wait a minute. Is Leprechaun in your bag?
No, but maybe it should be. I don't think. Well, it was Leprechaun. Yeah, I guess it would have been 90s. At any rate, yeah, I've said it before, but I'm absolutely baffled that Bubba Hotep. It's the same dude that wrote and directed this garbage.
Because this movie's also awesome. It's on the same
not,
level
though.
as Bubba Hotep.
It's not even close.
It's possibly a little better than Bubba Hotep.
Oh, just stop. Just stop.
I'm not kidding.
You are kidding.
Phantasm II.
No.
It's like if me and Murray decided to go on the road and what's the car, Murray? Barracuda. Decided to hunt down some evil white men playing with balls.
This was total garbage.
This is the greatest horror movie
I
sequel.
I hated
ever.
this movie so badly. I remember when I watched it the
Yes.
first time.
Yes.
That I also hated it.
What?
That I think it took me like I had to stop and rewind it a few times and watch it because I rented it, so I rented the videotape, so I wasn't gonna not watch it.
Yeah.
And I fell asleep, and this was back when I wouldn't fall asleep through anything, but this sucker put me to sleep.
What?
Because this is just boredom.
What?
I hated it. It just.
So
I
was.
don't get.
So is Mondo?
I don't get how many frickin' sequels it's got. It's awful. It
should
is
have-
a
it
rage.
should
Like
have more.
every slasher movie you watch has like 10 sequels.
Yeah, they deserve it.
No, they don't.
This one's way better. Thank you, Murray, for giving this at least a meh.
Yeah, I enjoyed the action.
It's possibly the greatest.
Because it was a little bit Sam Raimi.
It was a
I
little
loved
bit
it.
Stuart Gordon too.
I loved the Sam
It had
Raimi.
some Stuart Gordonisms in it as well.
Awful.
Stuart Gordon.
All right, so we're not going to have one of these for next week because we're going to be
Little
at
busy.
the festival doing stuff. But when we come back after the break, after these messages, we'll be right back. We will be watching Clash of the Titans.
Which one?
I don't know.
Oh, no, it had to be the first one, I guess.
Is this you?
That was the 80s.
What year is that?
The second one was like 2016 or something.
Clash of the Titans?
It would have been the first one.
The original, the best
Yeah.
one.
Clash
go.
of the Titans?
The ones that didn't have Sam Worthington in it.
Who's in that?
The one that's got Harry
That's Harry
Hamlin.
Hamlin.
Isn't Hamlin? Is that
Hamlin.
it? Okay, whatever. Harry Hamlin.
Yes. And, oh, God. I want to say Maggie Smith.
Do you know what year it was, Murray?
83, 84?
Nice. Well,
Definitely early 80s.
I seem to remember, like, this is like got the Zeus stuff and things in it.
It had
1981.
There you go. It had Medusa in it. It had the Kraken.
Released
It has the.
Can't
it has,
have a good movie
it
without a
actually-
Kraken.
It has a Kraken in
It has
it.
a Kraken in it.
It's got Laurence Olivier in it.
Lawrence Olivier's
Zeus.
in it. He plays Zeus.
He elevates
And Maggie Smith is
everything.
in it doing something or other, I think.
You know what? This might not be a bad choice of yours.
It's a nice
for
little
change.
fantasy.
I remember as a kid, I went gaga over this movie.
I
Is
saw
it
it
like
as a
Seventh
teenager as
Voyage
well.
of Sinbad? Because that was one that I was gaga over.
No, I mean, this is good.
It's probably the same. So this was probably the.
Is it the stop animation?
A little bit. It's got
oh
the-
yeah, there's
oh,
stop
yeah.
animation.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
And it's got a flying horse.
Yeah.
Oh, Pegasus.
Pegasus is in it.
Pegasus.
Oh yeah. Okay, I remember this movie.
And it's got
I-
the guy with the claw hand.
I think I
It's
was
like-
pretty stoned when I saw this originally.
Well, you probably because
Medusa's in it.
It's very stone inducing.
Oh yeah, with the snake
the
head.
snake-
Then he's got to use the mirror and everything.
Yes.
and
Yeah,
look
to
at
take her down.
directly to
She
take her
ends up
down.
he ends up
That-
stoning her.
Yeah,
That's right. He stoned her good.
I'm gonna
Because she saw her own image.
get
That's right.
stoned for this.
It's a good movie.
Totally. I'm gonna totally be.
You can
stoned.
find it. I'll come over and watch it.
I can't believe that I can actually remember it as well as I can because I literally saw it when I was like 7 years old.
Yeah, no, I've seen it
I
like
saw
a
it in the
dozen
theaters
times
too, so I must have
I've
been
seen it like a dozen
17.
times.
There you go.
Whenever it comes on TV, I'll watch it. But,
I've,
yeah,
I've never seen it since, and I thought it was the greatest movie ever.
It's
when I was a
oh,
kid.
you know who else is in it? Burgess Meredith.
What?
That's right, Mickey.
This could be the greatest one ever. If
That's
only it was
right.
Phantasm 3.
This one is like literally why we had this
Genre?
No, well, yeah, this segment because this one I genuinely remember just loving and I'm pretty sure it's not going to live up to what.
Oh,
my
I don't
memory
think it will.
is.
Well,
or
yeah,
even close.
because in Phantasm II, it completely lived up to my remembrance.
Yeah, well,
There you go. And I got to get my little Mur to finally get into the Phantasm world.
Phantasm universe.
Just going to sign up for Shudder just to get the next 5. All right, well, thanks, Ragers, for listening. Thanks to the extended Film Rage family you can find in our show notes. Make sure to check out calgaryundergroundfilm.org to see everything that's playing at the film festival and follow us as we go through the next week and a half. Thanks to Casey from The Nerdy Photographer for the voice of Rager Dare and our God of Rage and the voice of Film Rage's totally retro nostalgia recall flashback. Find The Nerdy Photographer wherever you find this podcast. Find us on social media everywhere at Film Rage YYC. Check out Film Rage at filmrageyyc.com, including our merch site for Redbubble and TeePublic. We're always make this a raging blast for all listeners, so please comment, like, subscribe. Send us emails to filmragecalgary@gmail.com. Dare us to see terrible movies to fuel our rage. But no matter what you do, please, 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 pretty please, 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 make us rage. That's it for this week. Maybe we'll sneak in another mini episode with Cuff. Rage on!
Rage on.